guys, we're back. This is assignment 8B. It's called Excluded Values. It turns out, and I'm going to talk about this more in class, but it turns out that you cannot have 0 in the denominator of a fraction ever. And if there's going to be a variable for x that turns your whole denominator into 0, you need to know about it because it's going to be called an excluded value. We don't want it. We don't want any number x turning our denominator into 0. So that's a lot. What are you talking about? Let me just show you and then I'll talk more about it in class. To find the excluded value, you don't forget about the numerator. Forget about what's on top of the fraction. Just look at the bottom of the fraction and take whatever it says. In this case, it says 27x plus 27 and make it equal to 0. Just do that. And now just solve for x. And whatever number that's going to be your excluded value. We're going to minus 27 to both sides in order to solve for x. So these are gone. 27x equals a negative 27. 0 minus 27 is negative 27. Divide by 27 both sides. And if you go in your calculator and go 27 negative, divide by 27, you'll get negative 1. The excluded value, see, x can be equal to any number in this problem, except 1. There's one number that kills it. There's one number that's poison, and it's the number negative 1. X cannot be equal to, that's how we say it, cannot be equal to negative 1. When x is equal to negative 1, the denominator will be equal to 0, and then we're going to have a problem. You can't have that. All right? So that's an excluded value. Let's do one more of these. We'll talk more about them in class. That was number 3. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Let's try number 5. So these are not tough, but you do have to understand what it is we're finding and then why we're finding it. So that, look at this next one, number 5. It says p squared minus 18p plus 81 over p minus 9. Again, this is a p here. So we don't care about the numerator here. If we're trying to find the excluded value, the only thing we care about is the numerator. I'm sorry, the denominator, the downstairs. We're going to take whatever's in the downstairs and we're going to set it equal to always the same number, 0, and just solve. So plus 9 and plus 9, p is equal to 9. 9 is the one number we got to, it's like poison to this problem. If p is equal to 9, we got a problem. We got a problem. So the excluded value here is p cannot be equal to 9. Can't be equal to that number. You take the denominator, you make it equal to 0, and then just solve for that letter. We did. We found p is equal to 9. That becomes our excluded value. Kind of weird, but we'll talk more about this in class, and I'll kind of go through it and break it down, why this is true, what's really going on. But for right now, that's what you need to know about excluded values. You take the denominator, you make it equal to 0, and then you just solve for the variable. And you find out that number, because that number is important. It's called an excluded, we don't want you value. All right? Good job. See you in class. Bye.